Today we're talking about the Elwing Halokee Powerkit electric skateboard. I know you guys like specs and price. We're going to get into that straight away, but after this. Right, that's the creativity out of the way. We'll get back into more creativity further on in the video. But first, let's talk about the Elwing Halokee Powerkit. The great thing about this electric skateboard is that it is fully modular and customizable. You can go onto the website and you can pick all the parts that suit your needs. The batteries are removable with just the skate tool that comes in the box. You can choose if you have single or dual drive hub motors. You can choose the board. You can choose the long or short range batteries. There's two boards, the Nimbus and the Halokee. The Nimbus is a shorter kind of boosted X kind of board. Both boards are IP65 water and dust proof. I wouldn't get riding them in the rain, in like torrential rain like it is today outside in England, but in just for splashing through the odd puddle, these boards are going to be perfectly fine. So those are the kind of customizable options you've got on both boards. But let's look at the board that I've got, which is the Halokee dual drive long range power kit. Let's jump into the specs, have a look what it can do. First of all, price, the all-important price of the board. So we start with the Nimbus single drive normal range battery is €399, which is £338 or $446. Going all the way to the model that I've got, which is the Halokee dual drive long range battery, she's €599. Comes in at £508 and $655. Whew. Got all that out. The motors are 2x 500 watt in wheel brushless motors with swappable covers, and they can take you to speeds of up to 38 kilometers an hour with the dual drive option that I've got on the Halokee on this one. It's bloody fast. From what I've experienced so far, they're strong, they're torquey, and they're going to propel you up any kind of 20% plus hills that you want to get up in your local area. As far as trucks are concerned, I can't really find any information on the website about what kind of trucks they are, if they're forged or cast. As everybody knows, in the skateboard world, Paris trucks are sort of the industry standard and the best trucks you can get from most skateboards. They've got the V3, which is cast for low cost. Still a good truck, but not as good as this Savant, which is forged instead of cast, and that is for longevity and strength. So trucks, I'm not totally sure what they are. They felt a little bit on the soft side for my kind of riding. Depending on your weight, you might find the same thing. So, but at low speeds, that's good for carving and turning around corners and stuff like that. So this is a carving board and a cruising board along those boardwalks, not really for riding long distances and commuting, as far as I'm concerned. The battery is a 30 kilometer range, 216 watt hours, fully replaceable, and they charge in 3 hours with the standard charger and 2 hours with the fast charger, which is optional extra. The batteries can be changed with the tool that's included in the box, and there's about 6 or 7 bolts you just have to take off and replace the battery. It says they can do it in 1 minute. Realistically, it's a 5-minute job. I haven't got a spare battery to sort of show you how to do that, but it does look relatively simple. You've just got the 2 plugs on the dual motors as well to plug out and plug back in, and that can be done fairly fast. I've got the specs for the deck here, and it's a 955 by 255mm deck. It's 7-ply Canadian maple, so it is flexible, although they're not the most flexible boards out there. It is quite a stiff ride. It's a round kicktail, so you can lower it onto the ground nicely and smooth. I like that about it. It's got a regular concave, it says on the Halokee, but it is a very, very deep concave as far as I'm concerned compared to the boosted board that I previously owned. And I've got carved wheel wells, which means you can presumably upgrade the size of the wheels to, say, a big Boa 110mm wheel, as far as I'm aware. But the wheels obviously are replaceable as well. On the website, you've got a load of maintenance upgrades and kit that you can buy. You can change trucks, you can change wheels, you can change batteries, you can even change the deck and add the actual battery you've got onto the deck as well. It fits both decks, so it's fully modular and extremely fun. While we're on the case of the wheels, they do use ABEC bearings, which is nice to hear because at least we know they're using some kind of named products in the board. So that's promising. ABEC bearings, very, very good industry standard bearings. So good bearings on the board, that's very promising indeed. The remote is a very boosted-esque design. It's got the wheel for forward and acceleration and braking. It's got the switch so you can go into reverse mode, which is very handy, I think, on these kind of boards. It's got 2 buttons, one to check the power and change the modes, and the on-off switch as well. You can change the modes from low, medium and high. You just have to press the button once, and the lights cycle in a slow sort of combination to a fast combination to let you know what mode you're in. You can check the battery percentage on your board as well. The LED connectors also tell you that it's connected to the board and that the battery of the remote is charged too. So yeah, it's a very nice remote. It comes with a band so it goes around your wrist, you're not going to lose it. It feels very comfortable. The wheel is nice and smooth to operate, so very, very good remote as far as I'm concerned. So other things to note about the company and the board itself: there is no app, so you can't control it through your phone, you can't change power curves or braking curves. The aesthetics of the board are nice. It's got 3 cutouts with 3 handles so you can pick it up, so for ease of transport, for carrying the board around. Although it's lacking features in some sort of areas, that I like it. It's good to ride, it looks nice, and it seems to be built quite well. Adding that modular and that customization to the actual option with the company and the board, I like it. I think it's gonna be good. So €599, $655 or £508 for the top model. It's sort of in that mid-range sort of board. It's not the most expensive, obviously, like the boosted boards or Evolve, but it's not the cheapest as well. So it's sort of in that mid-range. I might say this makes me look like a matchstick. Oh, I can't see it myself, but a matchstick on a skateboard doesn't quite work. But, what? My head's on fire. Well, what? Nah. Right, so straight off the bat, it feels good. It feels big on the feet compared to what I'm used to. Compared to the boosted board, it feels quite big. It's not particularly heavy. It's not as heavy. Maybe probably got a similar weight to the boosted board, but it feels quite light. The carving is quite light. I've actually adjusted the trucks to make them stiffer, but let's even get up this bit of a curb here. These are the curbs that, those are the sort of curbs that I'm encountering quite a lot in this country. Yeah, the trucks feel like they want to carve. I'm not sure about going too fast with this thing at the moment, but it's feeling pretty good at the moment. First impressions, not bad.
Maybe I've gone crazy, but I want somebody that can really shake me. I want somebody to call my baby. I want somebody next to me.
Right, full throttle. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's wobbly top end. That is incredibly fast. That is faster than the boosted board by far. Woo. Fast mode is really, really fast. Like ridiculously fast, scarily fast, stupidly fast, very, very fast. That's definitely more than 23 miles an hour. I don't care what anybody says. So yeah. Off speed. See how the brakes perform. Wow, that was a big log. Ready now. Yes, the brakes are good. They're nice and brakes are nice and smooth. They don't jolt you off. Nice and smooth delivery. Strong as well though with it. No problems. Feel very confident with the brakes.
But I want somebody that can really shake me. I want somebody to call my baby. I want somebody next to me.
So I like the remote. The remote's good. It feels a lot like the boosted remote, and it's really easy to use. The actual spring action on the trigger is really nice and smooth, so there's no joltiness when you're riding. The buttons are good. There's good information on there about the battery, and it's good that it's got that reverse switch, so you just switch it backwards to go and then push it forwards. It's a bit confusing because you press the switch to go backwards, but then you have to press the wheel forwards to go backwards. Do you understand? Okay, super fun. That was the Halokee from Elwing, and yeah, fantastic skateboard. I really like it, although it is sort of a prototype version. It's a little bit battered because it's sort of a loan one they give to people, but all in all, a really cool experience. It's not a boosted board. It's a different riding experience to a boosted board. This is definitely sort of a carver. something you can take by the beach on the nice smooth roads in California or in Spain, because the roads are really nice. Over here it's a little bit unsuitable for the roads that I was riding on today, because they're just so gravelly and gritty and bobbly, and it doesn't really soak up any of the shocks off the roads because it hasn't got that springiness in the deck. It's a Canadian maple deck. It's yeah, it's got that nice concave in the deck, so you feel very planted in there. You're not going to slip off, so it's nice. The grip tape is very good. What I'm going to do in the next video is do sort of a range test to make sure we can try and get as close to 18 miles claimed on the website. So again, thanks to Elwing for lending me the board. First impressions are really good. I like the board. I prefer if it was a little bit springier and it had sort of that nice cushioning effect of the boosted board, but for what it is, for the price as well, it's sort of less than half the price of a boosted board. It's a really good buy from the first impressions I've got. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Take it easy. I'll see you on the next one, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, this was fun. See you soon. Bye.